Hello, my name is Kathy, and today I'll be continuing the talk on the release dream. But before I do this, I wanted to let you know that because I have a great many videos now on many different topics, that I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Today we'll talk about another specific release dream theme and how to analyze them for yourself. Today let's look at another two common release dreams, the examination dream and the dream about forgetting lines in a play. Examination dreams. In the release dream theme of examinations, there you are, frantically looking for the right room, about to take an exam for which you are totally unprepared. The test may be terribly important, such as the bar exam or the graduating exam from a school system, or it may be relatively unimportant, such as one course in a college curriculum. The test may take the form of a high school test, a doctoral exam, performing lines in a play, or singing an aria in an opera. The test may be reciting one's lines at a bar mitzvah or confirmation ceremony. The test may be illegible or on the wrong topic, or perhaps you forgot to study all term. Or there you are, standing on stage, everyone is waiting for you to sing, but you can't remember a single line. You wake up at that terribly anxious moment, relieved it was only a dream. Sometimes the dreamer who is struggling with an exam or a karate test realizes that they have already passed this test, perhaps years ago. Why are they still struggling through it again? A variation on this dream theme is the one where the dreamer is about to take a test, realize that they haven't studied and are totally unprepared, but decides to take the test anyway since they couldn't do worse than getting an F. In the dream, the dreamer does not wake up until they have found out that they actually got an A on the exam. This very common dream has so many different variations to it. It has multiple meanings depending on the details of the dream in question. When analyzing this dream theme, it's important to first find out if the dream comes the night before an actual test, and if so, is the dreamer prepared or unprepared for the test in the waking world? It could be that the dreamer is actually very well prepared and is simply suffering from nervousness. Some dreamers are such perfectionists and are so anxious about winning approval from the people around them that no matter how well prepared they are for an actual test in waking life, that they are unable to develop an appropriate level of confidence. This in itself indicates work to be done on self-esteem and perfectionism issues. The next thing is for the dreamer to describe the circumstances of the examination and to explore the possibility that the exam could act as a metaphor for tests in the dreamer's life, or for a sense of being tested or examined. The specific details of the dream then can offer clues in the area in life in which the dreamer is contending, and may also offer a picture of the dreamer's mode of coping under examination pressures. If the dreamer has this dream frequently, it's important to consider whether or not the dreamer is living a life with so many deadlines and so many demands that they realize that they will never be fully prepared, never able to really keep up. If the dreamer within the dream begins to protest the unfairness of the exam, that it is illegible or on the wrong topic, then the dreamer needs to give a good description of the test givers to see who or what they represent to the dreamer's life. If the dreamer copes well, saying that they are unprepared and would like to take the exam later, or if the dreamer chooses to go ahead anyway and take the exam anyway just to see what's possible, this could indicate that the dreamer is beginning to learn how to cope either with a too busy or too demanding lifestyle, or with his own need to succeed. It may indicate also that the dreamer is beginning to take responsibility for their own procrastination or lack of preparation for life's challenges, be they specific tests or encounters with people in their career or private life. In our first example of the release dream, these of an examination, we have a man that dreamt that he was supposed to take a test in one of his courses in high school, but in the dream, he can't find the room where the exam is supposed to be given. He looks all over in his dream in a vain attempt to find the correct room. Finally, he arrives about 10 minutes late and picks up the exam, but it doesn't make any sense to him. Either the writing isn't clear or it's the wrong language, but he realizes that he's not going to be able to take the exam. When this dream was analyzed, the man said that what he found funny about this exam dream is that he was certain that he was prepared, but the school had put it in the wrong room. He didn't feel that it was his fault in the dream, and furthermore, the exam wasn't legible. This was not at all what he had prepared for. When the man questioned himself about whose fault it was that things were so fouled up, he said that it had to be the school's fault. The man felt responsible in the dream, but in fact, he was not, and he was being tested unfairly. Then he asked himself, where in his waking life had he felt that he was being tested unfairly, and where obstacles were being put in his way, where there was a bait-and-switch tactic being used, and he said that he had felt that his whole life long. He said he could never please his father, that he was always testing him. The man's father was always testing him beyond his abilities, as if he were playing cruel games with him. In school, he always tried to show his father that he could do well, but even when he did, his father would always have another test for him. The man then asked himself why he thought he had this dream recently. Was there anything going on in his life now that reminded him of these feelings and of these circumstances? He thought about this for a while and realized that his job felt like that. At his job, he would train for one activity and master it, and then the next thing he knows, he is transferred to a higher level, but is expected to perform well immediately. This release dream helped the man to see how he was continuing a lifestyle he had started as a child. As an adult, he was not taking opportunities to manage his life better. His unsatisfied need for approval was getting in his way. In our next example of the release dream theme about examinations, we have a man that dreamt that he was in a classroom and is about to take an exam on English poetry, when he suddenly realizes that he has forgotten to study over the weekend. In fact, in the dream, he had goofed off and spent his time watching football that weekend, and he had forgotten all about the exam. The man woke up with a start because he knew this was an important test. Without it, it would not be able to graduate from high school. When this man analyzed his dream, he asked himself to describe what English poetry was. He said that his wife loved it a lot, and that it was beautiful and romantic, but that he really didn't know very much about it. As he put it, he felt that it was all right, but when he asked himself to describe how he felt about football in the dream, he found that he felt that football was just for fun, saying that guys really liked that stuff a lot. And he too really loved the game. He then asked himself if he was feeling that he had to be tested on something that's romantic, and that his wife really loves, but that he had been spending his time watching football with the guys instead of, all of a sudden, the man laughed out loud and said that the dream was pretty obvious. His wife has actually put him on notice that if he doesn't become more attentive and romantic with her, she is either going to take a lover or leave him. To help you analyze your examination dreams, ask yourself the following questions. 1. Is there any actual exam or test you are about to take for which this dream could express anxiety? 2. Are you prepared or not for the actual exam? And is the dream a realistic concern or an exaggerated expression of your insecurity? 3. Describe the kind of test or challenge you're being confronted with in the dream. 4. What goes wrong in the dream? Are you ill-prepared? Is the test illegible? 5. Do you have any idea why you're unprepared? 6. Is there any situation in your life that feels like you are being tested in the way you are in the dream and for which you are unprepared for? 7. Taking the larger view on this dream, do you think you have overly perfectionistic needs based on insecurity to pass exams and in fact put yourself in too many testing situations? If so, is there anything you would like to do about that? 8. If you understand your dream to be reminding you of how you are in fact unprepared for a life challenge or an actual test what might you do now or before your next test to be better prepared? Excuse me. Forgetting lines in a play. A common variation of the exam dream is forgetting lines in a play. This release dream usually has the same significance as more regular exam dreams, but these dreams, of course, are more frequently suffered by actors and singers. The same issues are usually involved. If the dreams come very frequently, they suggest either too heavy and demanding a schedule, or they suggest that the dreamer has not developed enough self-confidence to thrive in this lifestyle, because deep down, the dreamer still feels inadequate, incompetent, and criticized. I have a great many videos now on many different topics, so I've decided to make several different video playlists so that it's easier to find the videos of greatest interest. So please check out my playlist page. Well, that's it for now. To stay up to date with my latest videos, make sure to subscribe to this free YouTube channel by clicking the red subscribe button right below this video. Take care.